Welcome to Nuts at Night, episode number 88. I started at 12 this episode. You guys didn't hear that in the post show, the pre-show. Episode number 88, Nuts at Night. Did I say podnutz at night? What did I say?
I have no idea what you said.
Yeah, and these guys don't listen to me. I don't listen to me either. Nuts at Night is a show where we talk about pretty much nothing. It is a show on the Podnutz Network, which would, I understand it would allow you to think that maybe there's some redeeming value in here. You're going to learn something. Guys, does that happen here?
None whatsoever.
I didn't think so. We have fun, and hopefully you guys have fun too.
Yeah.
Let me introduce the guests. I think I put Frank's name in there, but I'm not sure. No, he's Tim Kelly. Steve D'Amico from smdcomputer.net and stevendamico.com. What's going on, Steve?
Hey, not much.
No? Tell us something real quick while I put Frank's name in here.
I tell you something. I cleared out my office. It feels wonderful.
Awesome.
I took about 2.5 carloads of crap out of my office.
Sorry, what? Twitter account?
It's just a little bit
of crap?
No, 2 carloads, and I have a big car.
Oh.
And I have a small office too, so this is a major overhaul. And just spring cleaning, taking everything out. And
See, but that feels good though.
Wait a minute. I thought you cleaned up last week.
I started to, but I started to like kind of reorganize and like box things up. But a couple days ago, it was the actual, literally lifting of things and taking them out the door.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's great. It really feels good.
Were you going to say something? All right, cool. Well, thank you for that, Steve. That was just enough time that I could introduce Frank Guzman.
Hello, everyone.
You may know him from the brochachos.com, which is a podcast Lalo started. We'll get to him in a second. What's going on, Frankie? Thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited tonight to be on the show. Now I'm getting to participate on the show. It's going to be great.
I'm glad you're here. And if you guys have watched the Brochachos, then you'll immediately be a fan of Frankie. And I just did change your name to that.
All right. No more Tim Kelly, right?
No more. I don't know, but it's a bit of a privilege if you know the Timster.
Yes, Timster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lalo Nunez from BetterPCTech.com and also the Brochachos.com.
What's up? I'm gonna officially change my name to Tim Kelly because I like the way that sounds going off the tongue. But what's up, guys and girls?
You might have to fight for that name. A couple people want it.
I'll be Tim Kelly the 45th.
That's awesome.
That's B, whatever.
JR. All right. Well, like what we do in the show is we just bring things of interest to the table. Could be stories, news, techie, non-techie, movies, whatever we want. And let's start with Steve D and see what he's got for us this week.
Have you guys ever heard of or ever used or checked out polarized sunglasses?
Yes.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Okay. I kind of rediscovered these stupid things.
Are you guys serious?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Sunny
Wait,
out
have
here.
you?
No,
Wait.
I don't think so. What do they do? They change color. It changes the fade.
Doesn't the
haziness?
tint get darker as more UV rays that hit it?
Okay, that's what I thought. Is that
No,
true?
no.
Am I
It's
thinking the wrong thing?
I thought that's what we were talking about.
No, the lenses that change that are like clear they're clear indoors and
Yeah.
then when you walk outside,
Yeah.
those are called transition lenses.
Oh, well, what's polarized?
I have no idea, but I did have a pair of sunglasses, and they said the polarized. So I know I had a pair at some point in this life or a past life.
But you don't know what they did.
They just said polarized, dude. I don't know what they did.
He still has the sticker on him.
They did.
Polarized glasses, what they have is these lines. There's like some kind of I don't know how to explain it. There's like some kind of these little lines inside that you can't see, and it's something to do with the glass and the way it's set up, so that it eliminates glare. So you can't see like reflections off of glass and glare and things like that. If you see the link, I posted a link in the chat, and that's kind of what it looks like. It really kind of looks like that if you have a good pair. There's different strengths with polarized glasses. Some people can't handle them; it gives them a headache. But if you have them and you check them out, I mean, at least check them out. They're really, really awesome. Especially if you like to go fishing, or if you're driving and you're sick and tired of like glare off your windshield and things like that, or grime and stuff like that.
So you recently bought a pair, or you had a pair and picked them up, and they work awesome, or what made you think of polarized glasses again?
Well, I used to do a lot of fishing, and I don't know what the hell I read it. I was reading I never even really heard of it before, and then I just never discovered it. And this is a couple of years ago, and then I saw somebody mention that one thing that's really great to have with fishing was polarized glasses. I'm like, what the hell is that? So I did my research, and it turns out when you're looking at, it's perfect for fishing, because if there's light reflecting off of like water or glass, then what happens, and there's some kind of glare from that, then this pretty much it cuts it down significantly. Like, it doesn't eliminate it, and you could see into water so much better.
Really? Can you put that link in the chat room again? My chat was down when you did it. I'll put up a picture of it. Do they show pictures of how it looks with wearing them?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 pictures of what it's like. I mean, it's not as nice as this, but it's pretty close. Like, I'll give you for instance, like I have, when I'm driving my car, the glass reflects against the what do you call that? That board before the glass with the
Dashboard.
Dashboard.
That's why Frankie's on the show.
Right, I'm here to just cue in. Whenever you forget a word, I'm just gonna fill in right there. That's all I'm gonna do all night.
And people love when you do that too.
Because everyone in the chat room or at home's like, dashboard? Come on, what's going on there? Why can't he say it? Dashboard. It's like whenever you're watching a game show or something, you know the answer, but the person on there doesn't. But continue on. I apologize for interrupting.
Go ahead, Steve D. Go ahead, Steve D. I got the picture up.
Okay.
And I can't believe this is it's that much of a difference. This is like trick photography. This is photoshopped, right? Come on, look at that.
Yeah, it's like HD.
Well, okay, I could definitely tell you that I have extremely strong polarized glasses. They don't do that. They're not that much
Right.
dramatically better, but the one on the bottom, kind of close. And you could tell, because if you hold your head straight, right, straight up and down, and then you look, this is the weirdest thing. You just look like your normal, standing look. If you tilt your head all the way to the side, if you tilt your head to like a 45-degree angle, you'll actually see a major difference in the glare.
Do it again. Like how?
Like this.
When you drive it?
Yeah. Well, I don't do that when I'm driving.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's by doing that you turn off the polarization by tilting your head like that, and then you can see the difference.
Really?
Yep. Absolutely. So you can actually, like, almost in a way, turn off the polarizing and turn it back on.
Are you wearing them now? Is that
No.
What do they look like? Are they
I
like
have-
sunglasses?
Just like sunglasses,
Okay.
yeah. They can be expensive, but I found a nice pair on eBay. I did some research on them.
So
Now-
you're recommending them?
I definitely recommend polarized sunglasses. Yeah.
Now, how would this compare to my pair of blue blockers?
Who?
Blue as a joke. Have you ever seen the infomercial with the blue blockers?
The big things that
Yeah.
older people wear.
Yeah, they're real big. I can see great now. Well, you could never
yeah,
see
yeah.
from the beginning. Right?
Yeah.
Polarized
Yeah, so-
glasses.
I'm definitely gonna have to look into that because I don't know if it's like I have a Mitsubishi Eclipse and I don't know if it's the angle of the windshield or something. I constantly have problems with the glare off my dashboard, and it is ridiculous. And it really becomes to a point where I have to shift my head or move around until I can see, because I can't see oncoming traffic, especially like on those 2-lane roads. And I just gotta look at the lines on the ground. I'm in the right lane. That's all I know.
That is dangerous. I mean, oncoming traffic is not nice to be in.
Right, and I have the same problem because I armor all the hell out of my dashboard. Where like I have like 2 glasses like on top of each other. So
Yes.
I'm also like a weapon on wheels.
This
Yes.
is like,
That's exactly
well,
what
first of
happened
all, now I feel very unsafe. But second of all, this is like a new world to me. Polarized glasses. I have never even thought of wanting them. I feel like I have a need for them. I think
It's
that you should be a spokesman for some.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because now I'm actually interested in them.
I do have a question. Can I tint my windows with a polarized tint? I'm just asking. The possibilities are just endless.
Yeah, you
I
can
guess it would
polarize.
I want to say I've heard of polarized tint. Now that you say it, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Steve D?
I've been known to be wrong.
No idea. I have no clue whether that exists or not.
I do agree with Lalo that it's limitless application. I mean, we could just start a business right now.
The glare, I can tell you that for me, the glare of the dashboard
Mhm.
my glasses will cut down to 70% of it at least.
Okay. How I have to ask you this: how did you determine it was 70%?
Well, I mean, it's just by gauging it by kind of the way I see it, because I can still see it, but it's not like nearly. It's almost forgettable. Like you know it's there, like you see the glare, but it's not enough to care. Like you see clearly.
When I wear my shades, which they're not polarized, it actually cuts down 65.3% of the glare.
Prove it.
Yeah, when I talk on my iPhone, it cuts down 20% of the glare as well, and it's actually got an app that tells me that. So I don't know where you guys are getting your
Does it
numbers.
for real?
I haven't. Yeah.
Is it verified though?
Is it verified?
Yep.
All right, that is interesting. So I learned something today. I'll just tell you right that right now. That's a good one, Steve D. All right, Lalo, what would you like to bring?
Do you gents play the lottery at all?
Very, very rarely.
Frankie?
Only for the big money.
Steve D?
Never.
Okay. I play, when I go get gas, I play $1. As simple as that. I'm not the one of these people that will pay $50 or $100 my whole paycheck. No, I get my little thing of Red Bull, my $80 tank of gas, and $1 of lottery. But imagine if you won. What would you do if you just woke up and you checked your numbers and you won $4.3 million?
I'd be pissed off.
I know why Steve would be pissed off. But go ahead and tell like the rest of the world.
I think I would be pissed off because it would take the game out of life for me. It would be a game that I'm playing right now to try to be successful and make a lot of money in the process, you know, just as in the course of things. It would like it's a game I'm playing. Why would I would just ruin the game?
Okay. Frank?
Well,
It's a
I'm
new
happy
game.
It feels that way because there's one less person to compete with for that lottery ticket, right?
Yeah.
If this is a game, I'm not doing too good. You know, I'm running out of continues here.
But if you woke up and you checked your numbers with the paper, and they were all there, and you won $4.3 million, I mean, how would you feel?
I'd feel awesome. I'd go straight to the internet. How does this work? How many sacks is it coming
Exactly.
out? I'm spending this money.
This happened to a couple in Colorado. They actually woke up, checked their numbers, and they said, winner, winner, chicken dinner, $4.3 million. They called their son, their daughter. They called work. They were so excited. Come to find out, the paper had a misprint and printed the wrong numbers.
Wow.
No, oh my God.
Wow.
So how horrible is that? So, I mean, they kind of laughed about it, but, you know, but they were kind of pissed. I would be pissed. I mean, because for you, within seconds, from making, you know, 30, 40 or wherever you make a year to having 4.3 million and then you go, ooh, that was a mistake.
Okay. Go ahead, Frank.
Do you happen to know how long it was before they found out?
I believe from reading the article, the wife went to verify it online and seen that the numbers were different.
Okay, so they did check it pretty
Yeah,
immediately. Okay.
pretty quickly. But in the article, they had stated that they were thankful that they didn't call no more people. I would be so pissed off.
Yeah, well, first of all, I probably wouldn't call anybody. That's something I wouldn't tell that if I won.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I think I might sue. I'm not a sue-happy person, but I might sue because that's wrong. I would consider that traumatic. I would consider that a traumatic experience. If you told me I won the lottery and then said, just kidding, I might get ill, like physically. Seriously, that's a really mental screw-up to do. And I think that misprint or not, that's what it says on their paper. It's in writing. It's legal. I consider that legal. Why is the paper wrong and the internet right? Why couldn't it be wrong the other way around?
But the paper did say sorry, which would have pissed me off even more.
What do you mean? How did the paper say sorry?
Because most newspapers catch their misprints up pretty early, and I guess they caught it rather quickly.
Oh, the newspaper.
The newspaper did the misprint.
I thought the little paper that printed out of their lottery printer. Oh, the newspaper. Okay, that's a different story. All right.
And that's when, like, the wifey checked online and go, these numbers are not the same.
Can you imagine?
Dude, my heart would have fell to a lower part of my body, and it would just sucked. But
that would have been interesting.
Who needs $4.3 million?
Yeah, they're just lucky they went and checked it immediately because they could have made a lot of mistakes.
Oh, sure.
You know, I'm not going to work tomorrow or today.
Screw you.
And then the lawsuit really would have came, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you have done, Steve D?
It's a game. I think it's a game to spend the money. You know what I mean? How to spend here's the game. The game is to not blow it in 5 years. You know?
No, I mean, like, if you found out you won and then lost, actually it turned out losing, would you take any action?
Oh, definitely. I have a friend who's a lawyer, so it would be really easy. He'd just make one phone call and he'd jump right on it. I'm
Right.
sure.
Yeah, there's got to be. They're going to get something out of this, I think. That's just too crazy.
I know.
I hope they
Yeah.
do. I hope they do. They
But
deserve.
see, but the flip side of this whole entire story that no one's thinking about. Imagine the person that did have the winning ticket and said, I lost. And they tossed it out, not even checking what the numbers were. That's what I'm thinking about
Yeah.
here.
Well, they would
That's
have
the
had. They
one
would have
with-
had 5 numbers. They wouldn't have thrown it away. They still would have had 5 numbers, right? Or did the newspaper print a completely wrong one, or just one number wrong?
The article didn't say,
Okay.
so I'm not really sure.
Okay. That's an interesting point. Yeah. Something to think about. Good one, man.
Yeah.
Frankie, what do you want to talk about today?
Today, I just happened to hop on the internet before I came here, and I saw something on there about a young girl getting plastic surgery to prevent bullying. Now, she's only 7 years old,
What?
and the only problem was this girl is absolutely cute, and I don't see any reason for this, but she had big ears. That's all it was big ears, and they said she had a lop ear, which is what that means is it kind of sagged a little, but at the same time, I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. When your parents take you to a plastic surgeon, I mean, everyone gets made fun of, right? All of us have been kids. We get
Sure.
made fun of no matter what. And then on top of that, she's a girl. Just put her hair over it. Get surgery for it. And I don't agree with this at all. I felt like the parent wanted it more than anything. Like she had like a troubled childhood or something, and she's living through her child now.
I mean, she was 7 years old. I mean, what 7-year-old can make that choice? Say, I want that surgery.
I don't know. Okay, all right. I'll be devil's advocate on this. What? Okay,
Me
now
too.
with smaller ears, now she will be bullied less. What harm is done?
She's 7 years old. She hasn't grown. But maybe I had a cousin who had big ears, and as we got to teenagers, he kind of grew into his ears.
Okay, so she'll save a couple years of
too
harassment, and then she'll
young.
have 2 small
7
ears.
years old? Okay. And so what's next? If she has like a big nose, are you gonna give her a nose procedure too?
Maybe.
Yeah, but maybe she inherited those ears from her mom, and her mom was tortured as a kid.
Definitely
Right.
a possibility.
I could see something going wrong here. Is then when she grows up, her ears are going to be too small. If she gets these
Possibly.
surgery, and then she'll get teased for having 2 small ears.
Now,
Yeah,
Frank,
I think it's definitely the age thing that really bothers me more than anything.
I don't know. I just think that's way too young. Now, was the ear flap bad? Did you see a picture of this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
bad.
Here's the picture. Is
It's
that,
rough.
Is that the beginning or the beginning?
That's
or
pretty
the end?
rough, though.
Stupid commercials. Forget it. Forget it.
Gotta love those commercials.
Come on, you don't like the commercials?
No. And there's no like
No.
close rewind button. Nothing. Stupid.
I mean, I guess, if that was your kid, you think you guys would go that far? I mean,
No.
I don't think it's an option for me.
Have you
I think the
seen?
kid will grow into the ears. I had big ears.
Have you seen how big my head is? Like, if I have kids, I feel sorry for. There's no surgery that can
kidding?
fix my big head. You know.
I feel sorry
you-
for the woman giving birth.
Are you kidding? My son couldn't hold his head up for a long time because of he inherited my cranium. In fact, I think I'm gonna, when I train my son to fight, I think I'm gonna tell him to go for the headbutt,
When I train him to
Headbutt.
fight,
so he could have the advantage. You know?
watch this 3-hour tape on the UFC greatest hits. And then we're practice, son.
Well, you can't get like head surgery to shrink your head. So
I just
I
think
know.
it
You
just
could
way
just
too
get
young.
fatter so the rest of your body is proportion.
Because you ever notice with most people with surgeries, it never stops at one. It's like a Lay's chip or Dorito, whatever that damn commercial is. But first is the ears, then that's you.
Lay's chip. You know what? I don't know. This is a bit of a different thing. It wasn't cosmetics, so she would look pretty. It was so she would get stopped being bullying. Plus, I don't know. In this article, it says, her got her ears pinned back. Does that count as plastic surgery? I don't know what pinning back is.
No, it got pinned back, or
I'm not exactly sure on that. I know it did get pinned. That's what it looks like. It got pinned back. But
Leave it up to
but-
Frankie to
well,
bring
why
like
call it-
bad facts.
why call it surgery if it's not surgery? I mean, that's the title of the whole thing, right?
You're right.
If it's pinned back, then
What does that mean, pin back? I don't even know. It's like stapled to the back of your head. What does that mean? I don't even know what pin back means.
the Caldwell, if you are listening, we need
seriously, I want Caldwell to be on this show. And I thought about that before we started. One of these days.
The concept of pinning back would be to put a pin into the ear and then like basically kind of like almost like fabric, kind of like sew it into the side of your head.
I'm just getting nauseous thinking about this. Thanks a lot again, Frankie.
You guys don't know. I mean, when she stood in wind, the wind could be whistling around those ears.
She stood in wind.
She get an ear infection or something from everything getting caught in it.
And those ears look like they could catch bugs.
Look at this. We're no better than the little kids bullying there.
No,
I'm ashamed now. I'm ashamed. This is what Podnutz at night does to you. Look, I had such a great reputation before this. I was an outstanding citizen. I used to help old ladies cross the street. I volunteered at the animal shelter. And now this.
You just reduced.
Thanks, Steve's.
Steve.
You're welcome. Nuts at Night is proud to do this to you. All right, let's talk about something else. Shift the subject around a little bit. It's my turn here, so let me just go over this topic. I started watching TV again. I started watching network TV again. And Nuts at Night, Poker After Dark. I did think about calling this show Podnutz After Dark at some point. So it was inspired by Poker After Dark. And this article here is, I was watching Poker After Dark. There's this guy named Phil Ivey. You guys ever hear of Phil Ivey? He's a poker player, professional guy. He's the guy on the right. He's just insanely good. Insanely good, super confident, intimidating. Like when he's playing, you're just scared to be around the table with him. And this other guy to his left, younger guy, his name's Tom Dwan, made millions and millions and millions playing online poker. He's just a wizard, a genius, and just a super kick-ass poker player. These guys, they like, between their combined brilliances and how smart they think they are, they make these crazy bets with each other. And they were last night on Poker After Dark. I think they made the biggest bet in poker history that has ever been made. Basically, what happens is the guy on the left, Tom, they're playing a game called Horse. It's a form of poker. I think I don't even know the rules, but the bet is they would play 100,000 hands of this. Now, for these guys, that's probably not too long. It might take them a year or something like that. And the guy on the left, Tom Dwan, would get 96% of his losses back if I don't even know the condition. But anyway, this guy, Phil Ivey, is so confident that he's willing to give this guy 90% of his losses back. And they're playing $50,000 to $100,000 per hand. That's how much one hand of this is. And they're playing 100,000 hands. Basically, all I know in the end is if Phil Ivey loses, he will lose $100 million and owe it to Tom Dwan.
Is this an actual bet, or this is just for the show?
No, it's an actual bet. They actually got up away from the table, stopped playing, and they go, all right, let's just iron out the details of this bet. It's so real that these guys made a bet a couple years ago or last year that Phil Ivey would be a vegetarian for a year. And so they made that bet for $1 million. Phil Ivey would be a vegetarian for a year. Phil Ivey, 2 weeks into it, wanted to eat a piece of chicken, called up Tom and said, I'll give you $150,000 if I can eat my piece of chicken, and called this bet off. And they did. It's like, that's the kind of money these guys throw around. And they're just, each bet gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So they're now at the point where they're into like hundreds of millions of dollars betting between each other.
Yeah, but they must have a lot more money. I mean, because...
I know, but it's just such a big number.
Well, to you and I, but when these doofuses make tons of our advertising, it's chump change. So
I don't know.
Also,
I
don't know much about poker. I can't read or write, so I can't play cards. I'm just playing them. But if you play 100,000 hands, what are the odds that you might break out even, like 50% a piece, or like at the end of the day, they might owe the other person a couple $1 million.
It might be, but the way this bet is set up, and you could read it online. They talk about it. This is the odds are not in Phil Ivey's favor. He's so confident in himself that I think Tom could win 96% of his losses back if this condition is not met. And the condition, from what I'm understanding, is the odds are not in his favor. He's just so confident that he could do it.
I just wonder. I mean, so the other guy has nothing to lose then.
Right, pretty much nothing to lose.
Man, you can eat at the Waffle House every day for 100 years with that kind of money.
100 years. You could open up a Waffle House on every 500 feet. It's a lot of money. $100 million bet.
To me, it almost seems like they don't even care about the money. It's just like, I'm going to be the top dog, and I'm going to prove it, and that's all it's about. You know, these guys are fierce for each other, they're competitive, and if I lose my money, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. That's the thrill of the bet, right?
And then what? He's just going to play poker and win it all back, right?
That's why I think he's not too worried about it. He knows he can get it back. But I think that's also the reason why these guys are so good at poker. It's just because they don't care. I don't think these guys in their lives were ever like so desperate and down on themselves that they had to make the money. You know, they had to have the money. Because I don't think you could win poker just being like that. I think these guys just never cared from the beginning, and that's why they're able to handle this much money back and forth. I don't know. I thought it was interesting that it was a $100 million bet. I never heard anything like that.
I agree with you. I would think that would be a helpful factor, you know, because you look at people's nerves and you see how they react to certain things.
Right.
If they don't care, you can't really tell from their what am I looking for here? The word. This is supposed to be my job. Their reactions as to whether they're bluffing or if they're going in or what they have.
Right.
When they don't care about the money, right?
That's what I think. I don't think you could be good at poker and be desperate. But.
Oh, definitely not.
All right. It's back to Steve D.
Back to me already. Have you guys seen this? I thought this made me laugh pretty hard. It's people hack the printer error messages. Have you seen this? This is pretty big.
No.
Take a look at this on BuzzFeed. It's the 10 best printer error messages. And if you guys pull that up.
10 best printer error messages. Here we go. Number 1. I'm trapped inside.
And this is written right on the printer for everybody.
It's on the LCD screen of the printer. So they hack it and they change the message. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Insert coin. And there's no coin slot?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
No coin slot.
Fish error. Goldfish in ink cartridge. That's pretty awesome. I crave blood. That looks like, what, an HP LaserJet 4? I remember that old thing.
Yeah.
This one says mayonnaise low. That's awesome. Radiation leak.
I love that.
No,
you know how many...
What makes it funny is just picturing people reading this, people who are just totally clueless.
Right.
Do you know how many secretaries would be convinced that there's radiation in them?
Yeah.
Tons.
Yes.
How many secretaries do you think would quit if they saw that error message?
But I tell you who would not quit.
What?
Mary from Podnutz.
Mary. And I thought about it instantly.
See?
I'm with you.
Yeah. Mary never go anywhere.
This one says, feed me a cat. This one says, not enough mana. Mana?
Mana.
Oh, is that like a
That's
video game thing?
It's a role-playing game thing, you know.
Okay.
Like
I was lost.
wizards
Health,
wizards
right?
need mana.
Is that like health?
No, it'd be like your magic bar. Exactly. You can use this much magic.
I'm so lost.
Secret of mana.
I have a nerdy side.
Insert sandwich in tray number 2.
That's the best one.
Reload paper, insert deeply. Oh, that's classic, man.
You guys have got to do that one day, especially you, Lalo. I know you get a lot of office work in there.
You can do that?
You can
Can
do
you
it.
hack
Come
a printer?
No.
If you put your mind to it, I'm sure you could.
Even if I could, in the environment that I work in, I'll probably be gone.
What
Fine.
would you depends what you said.
I would say like a turnaround. Not that we're stupid. I would just look at the people at the printer going,
You have to teach me.
Change the steps. Change this. You know how they have this the wizard and it's different steps. Just change the steps and add one of the steps is like pounding the ground. You know, stomping your feet and turning turning in a circle.
Do the
or say,
do the hokey pokey.
or say, low on fuel. Like, what?
Please insert unicorn blood.
Unicorn.
All right, Lala, what do you want to go over?
I sent you a link via electronic mail, but it's about a robber. He robs. I don't know what kind of store this is, but he goes ahead and robs the store. The guy's all by himself. I imagine it has to be real late at night. So he opens up he forces the guy to open up the cash register, takes
The
the money.
donut shop on Miramar Road has
Go
been
ahead. I didn't mean to start that.
And there's the audio. And then he also takes the stuff from his wallet. And he says, I want to know where the safe is. And the guy goes, we don't have a safe. He goes, no, I want to know where the safe is, and I want the combination. The guy goes, we don't have a safe. So he takes the guy in the back and forces him to drink liquid soap to persuade him to tell him where the safe is. And
They have it on film?
yes, and it's about a minute long, and I'll just let the video tell the rest of the story.
All right, video. Tell us the story here.
years.
That's not very nice.
Just after the donut shop on Miramar Road has been across the street from the Marine base for more than 30 years. Just after 5 a.m., a man in a hooded sweatshirt walked in the back door as the lone employee had emptied the trash. The gunman and the employee head for the register, where the gunman orders the employee to empty it, even the coins. Then he makes the employee take out his wallet and give him everything in it as well. Now both head to the back of the store, where the gunman points a weapon at the victim's head and makes him drink liquid soap in an effort to reveal a combination to a store safe. Watch as he repeatedly puts the weapon to the employee's head and forces him to drink the liquid soap. Finally convinced he didn't know the combination or that there even was a safe, the gunman leaves as the employee locks the door behind him, calls his employer, who then calls police. The amount taken in the robbery was not revealed. The gunman is described as a black male, about 5'7" and 160 pounds.
Now, okay, I am thankful that this guy was okay. You know, he probably just forced himself to throw up and he was good to go. But anyways, this is a problem with fake criminals. If you're hardcore, you're like demented. I mean, if you think the guy's lying, you know, he'll probably headbutt him or, you know, a pistol whip him. This guy just made him drink soap and then just walked away. You know what I'm saying? And then, but this guy's an idiot. I would have asked for the tape where all the cameras were at. You know what I'm saying? He just calmly just walked away and made this poor guy drink a liquid soap. You know, this doofus probably grabbed the gun, was probably nervous and walked in there and said, "Drink some soap." And I don't know.
So you're saying you're upset that he wasn't a crazy enough criminal?
No.
He's giving robbery tips on your podcast here. What I would have done.
No, I mean,
what an amateur.
yeah, no, what a loser. No, like for example, back in Chicago, I've had guns pointing at me. I mean, I've had the barrels of guns. I mean, I've looked at barrels of guns but these people, I looked in their eyes, and I mean, they just didn't mean it, you know. And most of them, they just put the gun down and ran away. But once, you know, I got some crazy friends, and these crazy people, I mean, they don't know what reality is, you know. And these are the people that go to jail for about 20 years or so. But I'm just saying.
No, I know what you mean. I'm glad that this guy wasn't a hard ass criminal.
I'm really glad. I'm really glad. But I'm just saying. But you can tell he was just some kid who just probably just bought the gun and said, you know, I'm gonna rob this store, and because he was pacing back and forth, so obviously,
yeah, he was kind of nervous.
So his body
language, they almost looked like friends, didn't they? Like, okay, let's go in the kitchen now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised the newscasters didn't, you know, tell us the warnings of drinking liquid soap and how you should immediately vomit and whatever. And they didn't even mention it. They're like, oh, we called his boss, and they called the police. And what about this guy's stomach full? He was drinking it by the gallon.
He was.
I mean, come on.
And why is it a news story, like the details are so, you know, he's 5'7" and he's black. Well, that covers most black American males, or like he was a Hispanic male with 2 feet. Really? I
know that was not a good description.
That's my neighbor. Really? The one time, a little short story, I got pulled over in Chicago, and I was like, "Look, can I help you?" There was a call that there was like a robbery. Well, what was the description? It was a Hispanic male. And that was it. Oh, so you see me, you wanted to pull me over, and I was like, jeez.
You got pulled over for that?
Yes.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a felony stop one time. The guns drawn. I was with a few friends, which made it really uncomfortable. But it was a felony stop. They had two cops, both sides of the car. Get out, throw your keys out the window, show your hands, undo the door from the outside, get out. Then I got to turn the opposite way of the officers, get on my knees and lay on the ground like a lunatic, with my hands behind my back, the whole 9 yards. And then they looked through my car and I went. They just shook their heads and looked at each other and went, "This isn't them." Just like that.
Wow.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are crazy people out there. The subway by my mother's house a couple years ago. The same thing had happened, but I think it was the females, and a guy shot both of them like in the face. I mean, it was very like horrific. I mean, there are some crazy people out there. So
Yeah, it's right next to a wing house out there. I remember this story. It's about maybe 5 years
down
ago.
the street.
no, from by West Chase over there. But I mean, this is the danger that people have working in these places when they're open there at night. I had an aunt who used to work at an Amscot, which is just where I don't know how to describe Amscot.
It's a money
Cash
superstore.
advance.
Yes, you know, where you can get the money orders and everything. But she told me that her place would get robbed like once a month, but they have like 5-inch glass where they can't do anything. But people would try to rob the place. But
Yeah, they're pretty well protected there with their cameras and all the security precautions they take.
There's tons of stuff there.
yeah, it's crazy.
Interesting. That is one thing, Steve D. I don't know if you ever saw Amscott down here.
No.
It's a money superstore. You go in and you go, I want money. And they go, well, how do you want it? Well, I'll take a check or cash. Okay, here's some money. I mean, you have to give them stuff, but they cash checks.
Yeah,
but it's like
give it back next week, and you owe me $20 on top of that, depending on how much you get, of course.
Exactly.
It's a payday loan. But what cracks me up about every Amscot that you work in, and I really hope that Florida is not the only state that has them, because this cracks me up. There's a wall, the sticker of a chick with a check, and the sign says, "We cash any check." The dollar amount on her check is $46,328. If I ever win this lottery, or if I get a large amount, I'm going in there with a ridiculous check. I want money right now.
That would be so awesome.
Because the girl behind you has a check for $46,000. That would assume you would be able to check cash for me.
False advertisement.
They'll be like, I got to call my manager.
I would like that all in a single dollar bills and quarters.
All right, Frankie, what do you want to talk about?
Just a short thing I probably wanted to touch on here. A little while ago, I really enjoy The Lord of the Rings, and I absolutely love it. And I recently found out that The Hobbit is actually going on in production. I've heard rumors all the time where it's going on. Nope, it's been stopped. Producing has been stopped, but it is going to come out, and it's going to be in 2 parts, as well as it might be.
It will?
Yep.
Who's going to be the Hobbit? Who's going to play him?
I'm not sure who's playing the Hobbit, but what was I forgot? I can't think of his name right now. The guy who directed Lord of the Rings,
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson still will be directing it.
Okay, this is where I must admit, not only have I not seen Star Wars or Star Trek, I have not seen any of Lord of the Rings.
Wow. So you're not like a fantasy type person at all?
Not really.
Wow. I really enjoy it. I feel like it takes me to a different world, and I get caught into this world that you can't experience. I
That's
mean,
cool.
I absolutely love it.
So is like the Hobbit a big character then?
Yeah, it's basically a prequel to the Lord of the Rings series.
Wow. Okay.
And
Lolly, you shouldn't ask that because you're the only one that doesn't know that.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. I can sleep at night with Duke and Rotsy and Reese.
No, I you know what? I have to admit, I have seen the movies. I'm not a huge fantasy movie fan, but I do have to say, of any of them I've watched, Lord of the Rings does kind of pull you in. You do feel like at the end of the whole adventure, like wow, like you're almost sweating.
Awesome.
Yeah. So this is the prequel to Lord of the Rings.
right.
All right.
The only thing that I wanted to mention also is it might be in 3D though. I don't know about this 3D stuff anymore.
3D.
It's starting to get on my nerves because I feel people add stupid little scenes into movies just to add that 3D effect, and it seems absolutely pointless in the movie. It's just like, why are we even doing this? You know, we tried this back in the day. It's not working.
I know. I thought 3D was a gimmick. Did you ever like 3D? I never liked 3D.
Honestly, I always bite on it when I first see it. You know, like, ooh, 3D. I'm gonna go watch this movie, and then I realize again, oh, you know what? This is the same thing again. Why am I doing this over again? You know.
Yeah, I'm not a
Disappointed.
big fan of 3D.
I always like when they bring like old movies like Back to the Future in 3D. Oh, really? You can remake that where it's in 3D? I can see Doc Brown just walk right past me.
No, they actually had to recreate the whole movie. No, it's like what was that movie?
Recreate the. I just got it. Recreate the whole movie.
Did you ever see Be Kind Rewind? It's with Jack
Yes.
Black and Mos Def, where
never
they
got to
where they
watch it.
recreated those movies. Oh, that was
That was an awesome
It's good.
movie.
So this was a good movie.
What?
Be Kind Rewind.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoyed this.
Yeah.
no. It
liked it.
was not a good movie.
I liked
it was
it.
not a
It was
movie.
not a good movie. It wasn't. Those parts where they recreated movies, that was classic. The rest of the movie was just a little off the wall, I think.
Okay.
I liked it.
Because I remember the trailer and I'm like, I don't know.
Oh no, you
But it's
definitely have to
worth
watch
watching
it.
once.
Oh, you have to watch it because it has created this thing called sweeting a movie, where they say it's from Sweden. That's how they got away with selling these things.
Okay.
And they basically recreate their own rendition of the movie and rent it out to their customers
Right.
as the real thing.
That's great.
People fell in love with it. Cool. All right. Anything else, Frankie, on that?
No, I think that's it. I just covered about everything I wanted to talk about there.
Awesome. Okay, let me talk about something real quick here. ATSC. This is an email we got from, I don't even know who sent it to me, in fact. ATSC sent it to me. ATSC brings calm to TV commercial storm. I don't even know what ATSC is, but this is from David. He says, new technologies and practices coming from digital TV standards assure compliance with federal law regulating loudness of TV commercials. So looks like there's this technology going into place called CALM it was introduced in the U.S. House of Representatives, said at the time, a TV program has a mix of audio levels or loud and soft parts. Anyway, there's being laws passed that are going to prevent commercials being too loud. I thought this was newsworthy
no.
since that's one of the most hated things about TV lately.
No.
Doesn't that
No?
suck?
Screw the audio. Make a law where I don't have to watch 85,000 ads during my programming. I can handle the volume.
What law would make that okay? I'm with you.
I'm just saying, ads piss me. I watch my baseball game. I just want to see the pitcher throw the white ball to the batter. I don't need to see, a new episode of Family Guy. I don't care.
Yeah, but
really?
you're watching it for free.
Huh?
Are you watching it for free, or is it a paid channel?
It's Fox.
Okay, can you get that over the air?
Yeah.
You're not paying nothing for that channel, technically.
Steve, I don't care. I pay for cable. So I just don't want to see ads.
I don't
Back in
either.
the day, we never had ads. The only ads that you seen were in the commercials, in billboards, in magazines.
Oh, you don't mind the commercials. You don't like the things that pop up on the commercial.
Right.
Or during the show.
During the programming is what I don't like.
I see. Okay. Well, all right.
Because, like at first, it's kind of cool. Oh, look, a little truck in the bottom. Then, every 45 seconds, a reminder of what the show is coming on, or tune in on Monday for, The Deadliest Catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so with you on this that do you see many commercials in Podnutz? No. As a hater of commercials myself, it makes me not want to have advertising.
Except for my product, which I greatly appreciate it.
BetterPCTech.com.
Yes, exactly. But we digress. But no, but advertising has its place. But when I feel it's an overload where I start getting aggravated, it's like come on.
Yeah. Dude, totally with you. This says I don't know if this is actually being passed as a law, but it says responding to consumer complaints about the relative loudness of TV commercials, Congress in December passed, I guess it is. They passed the Commercial Advertising Loudness Mitigation Act, CALM. That's what CALM is. Okay. It requires the FCC to adopt the relevant portions of something relative practice. Anyway, they're making laws against it.
Wait, but is this actual
It's beautiful.
the problem that I'm just not noticing?
Yes.
So some commercials are extremely more louder than
Yes.
others.
Oh, a lot more louder. Yeah.
It's
I never
so
noticed
bad
that.
sometimes on some shows that you'll be watching, commercial comes on, and you're like, it'll blare at you. You'll be startled. You'll have to
Wow.
you'll have to turn down your TV because it's just too loud.
Yeah, I've been through that many times, especially on Hulu. On Hulu, they do that too, and it infuriates me because I got to reach over and turn the volume down, and then I just sit there and then wait, and then I wait, and then I go, okay, oh, you're done with the advertisement? Oh, that's great. Okay, and turn the volume back up. And
Yeah.
I'm just so upset that I have to go through that because it really it's like it's aggressive, you know.
And to me, I hate the product. I take it out on the product. You know,
Me too.
I'm like, freaking Doritos. Like, I'll never eat them again.
Oh, the one that Hulu's obsessed with is there's a Chase commercial. Yeah, she has a Chase credit card commercial with this woman who makes cupcakes. She's like, beer, and she's got a horrible voice. Beer, wine, and cupcakes. and then she goes on and on about how she used to be in the rat race, but now she's got a cupcake shop. And then the best part is after you watch the commercial on the 1,000th time, right around that time, you start to realize that this commercial they're saying nothing good about the credit card that's actually concrete. It says she refers to it as helping her out as a small business. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She was approved for the loan. That's all that matters, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. She has credit available. Thanks.
Okay, call me crazy. Do you ever notice about commercials? I have this problem. Like, I'll see a commercial for the first time, and it seems like it's 5 minutes long. Then I watch it again, and it seems like 15 seconds. I'm like, I swore that commercial was longer the first time I watched it.
Oh yeah, they do that all the time, right? They have to cut them
No.
to save money, right?
No, as far as it's the same commercial, but my brain the first time paid so much attention to it, like the giraffe with the detail, that the second time I watch it, it seems it's like half. It's just half the, like.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, they cut the commercial.
Well, they do come with commercials, but you're talking about literally it's the same length.
Right, it's the same length. It's just that your brain's not processing the information as you first initially seen it.
I don't recall that ever happening.
It happens to me all the time, and it makes me fear that I'm going crazy.
No, you're not going crazy because sometimes they shorten them or they retake them. The best commercial makers are the ones that shoot the same commercial like 15 different ways, like use maybe like 15 different jokes or just 15 different like situations. This way, it's fresh each time you see it, because seeing the same Chase commercial on the 400th time in the hour makes you want to throw yourself out a window.
Yes, and and as much like the radio station, which I don't really listen to because I have XM, but when you hear the same commercial along with the same top 10 song 3 times an hour, it makes me just want to drive my car into a pole. It does.
Unless I'm with you too. Unless it's a really good song that you haven't heard. Like if it's a really good song you haven't heard yet, you're just getting used to it. For the first couple days,
Sure.
I love it.
Yeah, but after a while,
But you know what? A lot of people get mad because it wears the song out too fast for them. They like to
it does.
cherish the song and hold it.
I can't hear the same song like 3 times in an hour.
Black Eyed Peas that came out with an awesome song. What's it called? Just came out. I can't remember.
Frank.
I don't know.
Wait,
The one they did in the Super Bowl, maybe? I can't remember.
No, I didn't do that one.
Speaking of commercials, do you guys
Can't think of it.
absolutely are you guys with me on this? Do you guys absolutely hate Geico because of their commercials? I'm growing hatred by them by the day.
I will have to disagree.
Really?
I like my small green friend.
Really?
But it's not just the small green friend. Okay, but it's almost like they have 3 different companies making commercials for them. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? Because some of them are so there's the Gecko, then there's like their attempts to be funny, and then there's actually funny ones to me.
I do.
Which ones are funny? Because I don't find any of them funny.
I think the one with Randy Jackson throwing a snowball at the guy. Wasn't that a Geico commercial? He basically throws a snowball through a
Was
garage.
that a Geico? I remember that where he like bends the garage door and everything. That was a pretty good commercial.
Maybe it wasn't Geico.
I do share your pain of Steve D with the progressive, the commercials. It's like I see that chick all the time, and it's like
Flo.
And I have their insurance. I'm a paying member, and I'm like, can we stop the commercials?
You know who I absolutely love?
Who?
I think it's Allstate. But have you ever seen the guy where he's like wearing a pink bandana? He's like, you see me running down the street.
Yo, I love that guy.
And then the car crashes or he's jumping on the tree.
It's mayhem.
Mayhem, yes.
Well,
that guy is
like that.
awesome.
Yeah, I like those guys.
That guy's he's an actor. He's been in a bunch of movies. He was in
Seriously?
Terminator as John Connor's father. In
okay.
the TV series. What else did he play in? I've seen him in a couple movies. That dude. He's good. He is good.
What was it? The HBO show, the jail one. What the hell was that one called?
Oz?
He was in that. Yeah, Oz. He was huge in Oz. I'm pretty sure.
You know what Geico commercial I can't stand, which is making me hate Geico? The one where they're trying to be funny with those animated characters. See, this whole technology, these little animated characters where you can just basically put in an audio file and the animation will say your voice. It's called Extra Normal. The site's called Extra Normal. It's just been played out on YouTube. Everybody's sick of it. They did a funny thing with the iPhone on it, an Android phone, and then Geico adopts it. And then they try to make it, and they just make it terrible. They just make it terrible.
What annoys me is, you remember the whole Mac versus PC, the commercial? People are still biting that theme for the products.
Oh, like T-Mobile?
T-Mobile, yes.
Exactly.
T-Mobile.
What a freaking ripoff.
Are you not creative enough to create your own the commercial? I see that. I'm like, that's Mac versus PC.
It's so much the same. I can't believe they did that. It's so low.
I just hate Geico, and I hope they.
I only like one
business.
commercial from the Geico, and it's where I think they're having dinner or something like that, and all of a sudden the gecko pulls out a wallet. He's like,
I like that
"Is that
one.
your wallet? Where'd you get that from?" And I can't remember. He pulls out something else, like a cell phone next, and everyone's like, "Oh, where's he put that stuff?"
That is pretty cool.
But other than that, I completely agree with you.
I liked the Caveman. The first Caveman commercial was epic, I thought.
Yeah, the first one. But
Mhm.
then it ended right from there. Done. First one and done.
I don't know. When they pull up on the motorcycles, there's two pretty hot chicks in that one.
Yes.
Well, they kind of ended themselves, right? Then they started
Yeah,
TV
they started a series.
and, like,
Oh, man. Just
poor
terrible.
George Lopez. I used to love George Lopez show, and they canceled him to put on the Caveman.
Really? They canceled that
Remember
show?
his show, the Lopez
Could
show?
you imagine being George Lopez?
Oh, he went on a rant on radio shows and stuff.
Really?
It was hilarious.
Oh,
But poor guy. He still made it now, right?
I don't know. Conan bumped them now.
He must be a strong man, because I'll tell you, that would have killed me. The Caveman.
What if Caveman was a hit? See, Caveman could have been a hit. It was just bad writing, right?
Caveman would never been a hit. Never.
Oh, no.
Never hit.
No.
I don't care if
What if it was hilarious? What if it was hilarious?
I don't care if you
It's
had
impossible.
Tom
It's
Hanks,
impossible.
Tom Hanks.
Morgan Freeman, and Denzel Washington. That show would still would have sucked. I'm sorry. It would
I don't
have.
care.
I gotta
I don't
admit,
care
I
if they
never.
got the entire Daily Show writers to write those episodes. It still would have tanked.
I disagree.
I don't know. I really enjoyed the movie Encino Man. You guys ever seen that?
Wow.
That was a pretty good movie.
Bring it back to old school.
Pauly Shore?
Probably sure. That's right.
Oh man, he's a whack job. I think.
I went to see him at the Improv here
Did you?
as an adult. And believe it or not, he's the same exact way as an adult, and it just does not fit. He looks like an old pervert now, and he's still wearing tight jeans. And there's probably about 50% guys there, 50% girls, but he's still doing sexual movements, and it just made me feel awkward while I was there. I'm like, I don't want to watch this guy anymore. This is over. And we're leaving, So,
Were people liking it?
well, people would try to support him. I actually believe it was even free. So. They were giving out free passes to his show. Like, this was his free night. Tomorrow's his paid night. So,
Pauly Shore.
Wow, taking it back.
I'll tell you the difference between Pauly Shore of what was it, the early '90s or something, and now the difference is sadness. You can tell it's kind of forced and sad. When he was funny and like kind of funny then.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, I guess it was.
I agree. He's very sad now.
The Pauly
It's
Shore
a very sad
is
thing.
in the same category like Screech from Stay with the Bell.
yeah.
Oh, that guy!
I
What a
mean,
lunatic he turned out to be.
This is
yeah.
Diamond something.
Justin Diamond.
What is he, a porn star now or something?
He put out his own porn tape.
Yeah.
I think he sells like sex products now is what he
Really?
does.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was on that show, I think The Biggest Loser or something like that, he started advertising off that show. But,
Screech. Well, Mario Lopez hit it big. I
he
have to
did.
look at that freaking guy every. I only keep NBC on.
I don't get him. I don't. It must be all girls that just watch him because his personality is really fake, and with that fake smile, like I'm like, I just don't get him.
He's the fakest.
he's like another Ryan Seacrest. I mean, he's on all the shows
Ryan
now.
Seacrest.
I don't know.
Ryan Seacrest is one dude that was at the right spot at the right time, and that's it.
I totally agree.
Because I mean he, whatever.
The funniest thing is like he has a quote radio show.
Yeah.
He's a DJ. It's not a talk show.
They did it, and he got mad when they told him a couple years ago, "We're gonna put songs inside your show," and he got mad.
Oh, he used to have a full talk show?
Yeah, and then he got mad because he's like, "How But they put songs in because that's what You know,
I would get mad too, but they knew that he doesn't have quite a good personality, so I think that's why they did it, right?
I think so, and I think he still does like the top 40 hits, like what Casey Kasem used to do.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
I don't know,
No clue.
but he was pretty awesome.
He was a man, dude.
Yeah, he was a man.
Number 34.
All right, let's do. Go ahead, dude.
I'll tell you who's sad. The guy who was replaced by Ryan Seacrest on American Idol. I saw that guy on was it Celebrity Fit Club or something?
Wait a minute, Ryan Seacrest is not on American Idol anymore.
He
no,
is, I think, yeah.
No, Ryan Seacrest replaced the guy from the first season.
Oh, the first
season was a different guy, right?
That guy blew it, man.
Oh, he has no career, right? Pretty much. And look at Ryan Seacrest. He was launched from that show. So you could just imagine how he feels.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I could not imagine. Missed opportunity.
He's a strong man because he's still alive.
All right, let's do what do you not like? What do you not like?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? I hate. Back to sunglasses. I hate.
You're choppy.
Really?
You're chopping up a little bit. But go ahead. Tell us what you hate, and I'll tell you if it comes through all right.
Okay. I hate those giant sunglasses women wear.
Yeah.
I just pasted a link in the chat for you guys to look as three really terrible examples. But, ladies, please stop doing that. You look like bugs.
I will tell you, just personal preference here. On the right girl, I think it does look pretty cute.
On those girls, it looks pretty cute.
I must say.
Disagree completely. Completely disagree. Oversized sunglasses are stupid looking.
No, what is stupid looking is when guys wear the oversized glasses.
Oh, there's nothing worse.
Not even
And the
Geico
Speedo.
commercials?
The Speedo looks less awkward than the oversized sunglasses.
Another thing that while we're on sunglasses, I really hate the bright colored sunglasses that a lot of people have been wearing lately. Like always, like almost bringing it back to the 80s. You know, they got like bright neon pink glasses or white
Seriously?
sunglasses. Yeah, a lot of the younger kids wear it. And it's just like, man.
I haven't been noticing, man. I know I'm getting really out of the loop, aren't I?
I have a pair like Dwayne Wade from
Oh, Dwayne Wayne.
Dwayne Wade. with the
Dwayne
flip.
Wade's the basketball
Yeah,
player.
I'm sorry. But with the flip where he
Oh, yeah.
flipped them up.
It's from a different world was
From a
the
different
show.
world.
Yep, I remember those. That's back in the day.
Flashback Thursday. So many levels.
Lala, what do you not like?
What I hate is more. I'm gonna introduce it. All right, a bunch of us are in the technical field, except Frankie over there. But anyways, at times I need to know how to do something, so I have to use Google to go look for it. And I
Is that
hate.
French?
Yes.
Is that the French version of Google?
I have no I have no idea, but it sounded pretty damn good. But anyways, so and I look on certain discussion forums, and I hate by mistake I click on Yahoo Answers, and I go there because you have to be a moron to be on Yahoo Answers because all the answers are just stupid. Like I can't think of one, but I was googling how to something with a script. I was trying to figure out that kept failing, and the guy's answer was, you need to try a Mac, which in no way, shape, or form helped the guy who's writing the script. And this was the official answer. So somebody picked this as the answer. I'm like,
That's
stupid.
Yeah, dude, totally.
I hate it.
That is a very typical answer to Yahoo Answer, and the fact that they picked it as the one that is
That's
always
what I'm saying. And again, I never go to Yahoo Answers, but at times, I have 3 screens. I'm going through, and I click so fast. I'm like, oh, Yahoo Answers. Then I read it to amuse myself.
I'm so embarrassed right now. I bought a Mac after I read that. Boys, my face red.
Did it help your scripting?
Yeah, it did. It does it for. No, it didn't help. I'm just another sucker out there, right?
The
Yahoo Answers is the best. Someone said they agreed with it, so I was like, yeah.
Nah, dude, it drives me nuts, man.
I love on Yahoo Answers when they tell people to Google something.
Yes.
I'm at Yahoo Answers right now. What should we ask it? Think of a question we should ask it.
I saw the best one, the most classic Yahoo Answers was, can your baby get pregnant while having sex while being pregnant, right? And then somebody wrote in the answer. The official answer was, the approved answer was, yes, this can happen. And if you feel that your baby is pregnant, stop having sex immediately. Otherwise, you run the risk of your baby's baby being pregnant, and then you run the risk of being in an infinite loop.
Infinite loop.
And I also ran, which Steve,
man.
I can try this. I was trying to do some research for one of my stories, and I went and I googled, can you die from drinking liquid soap? And one of the answers by mistake I bumped was Yahoo Answers, and it was just something stupid like, no, you'll have massive diarrhea. What? and that was like the official answer. I was like, this site sucks. I mean, they should take the whole site down. It serves no purpose to
It
anyone.
does not. It is like the breeding ground for stupidness.
You
Stupid people.
probably get decent answers. It's probably more like a
No.
comedy thing, right?
No, dude.
Want to have a laugh?
Yeah, if you want to
Yahoo
have
Answers.
seriously, if you want to have a laugh, go to Yahoo Answers. I'll ask it something right now. What do you think I should ask it? What do you guys think? I'll ask it right now. I bet we'll get the dumbest answer you could possibly think of.
What were the name of those sunglasses that we were talking about earlier? Let's ask about those.
Yeah.
What are they called, Steve?
Polarized?
Polarized
Polarized.
sunglasses.
Okay. Do polarized glasses work?
Just write, do polarized glasses make you pregnant?
Watch, we're gonna get the best answer ever.
I
It's
know.
gonna prove us all wrong. Like,
Make sure
actually,
your avatar is a male. By the way, when you ask that.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Avatar.
I got some actually real answers. Forget it.
yeah.
Oh.
It actually says, Steve D. It cuts down on 70% of the glare.
Wow.
Polarized glasses for fishing. It's in there. It's in Yahoo Answers. There we go.
Okay, so it has one good answer.
I
That's the one we
used to
choose.
hit them up at the shop all the time. It's just, they're unavoidable. There's Google used to give them a lot of juice. Well, I don't know why. Believe it or
know.
not. All right, Frankie. What do you not like?
What I don't like. So a lot of times I'll go on websites and I want to watch a video. There'll be a big play button right in the middle. I'll click that play button. It's not the play button. Next thing you know, I got 3 windows open. And then on top of that play button tricking me, I hit the close button, you know, the little X in the tab. I have to click OK to continue to close this tab. It's like all these tricks that they have on on the internet, and it's just so annoying.
Yep. You know, on my sites, because I sell internet products, I always get like people saying, "Oh, you should try like, you know, what do they ever call it? Conversion Creator, like all these stupid products that actually install that crap on my. I could have that stuff on my site.
Oh man.
Like the best one, actually did install this for a little bit. It was a woman. You go to leave, and it would be a little pop-up woman on a chat, and saying, "Did you know about our Did you know about our special?" It would be like the girl with the typical girl with the headset and service and like a real
Like it's a
person
live
just stopped
chat,
you
just-
before. Yeah, like a live chat just stopped. It's really a hot chick stopping you to ask you if you know about the special. Yeah, that stuff. I'm with you on that, Frankie. All right, anything else on that, guys?
No, that they're frank is why we have jobs,
Oh yeah.
It's true.
It's you guys.
because people click on it and
Yeah.
go, oh,
I wonder where the real play button is.
exactly. Oh, I'll keep trying. Oh, there's 10 more windows.
Wow, this lady wants to talk to me. This is customer service. Let's make me different sites.
Yes, Janice, I do want to know about the specials. All right, what I don't like is when I'm at PetSmart. This happened to me the other day. I'm at the register. I'm paying for my stuff at PetSmart. All of a sudden, a freaking big dog, an Irish setter, I think it was, just freaking knocks me out of the way. Because this dog knows that right at the register is where they get their treats.
Wow.
This dog's on a leash by the owner. The dog knocked me. I had to reach over this dog to put my credit card in. The owner did not say a thing. That's what I don't like. I don't like when people let their animals just molest you at PetSmart
Molest you.
and think that their animal's so cute that you enjoy it. You know what I mean? Oh, that's just Fluffy. He's just being nice. Get
That's
your
just-
stupid dog off me, dude.
That's just fluffy.
And people are more generous with their dogs, right? Doing whatever they want to do than their kids, even. And we all have
Oh, yeah.
experienced kids going wild.
Oh, yeah.
So dogs can do whatever they want. You know, these people that bring their dogs to PetSmart, they got gold beads on their bed, and they have luxuries that they won't give their kids half the time. You know, the dog's going to the vet. You can wait on that dentist, you know. Just keep brushing. You'll be all right.
It's true.
It is true.
I mean, I could be. I feel like I could go there and their dog can bite me, and they'll just go. They'll laugh. You know.
A little chuckle.
Yeah. All right.
What would happen if they mounted you?
I wouldn't let that happen.
You wouldn't let them. Well, I don't know if you would have a choice.
I think I could fend off a dog. Hopefully.
Well, that size?
Yeah.
I think you'd be impregnated.
I would give it. I know where the treats are. I'd give it a treat.
I'll give it a treat.
All right, Steve D. What do you like?
If you want to call it a treat. What I like is you guys remember Crank Yankers on Comedy Central?
Yeah.
I never watched it. I wish I did.
Love that freaking show. That show was so classic. There's so many classic moments. Favorite is Spoonie Love. Well, anyway, but it's back on Hulu, and so you guys can
Oh,
see
cool.
Is it the old episodes, or they're actually making new episodes?
the whole thing. Well, no, it's the
Okay.
whole all the old episodes, both seasons. If you have Hulu Plus,
Oh man, only for
only for
Hulu
Hulu
Plus?
Plus?
yeah,
And you
yeah.
come and tempt us like that?
Well,
Damn
yeah.
you and your blonde hair.
Shame, shame.
Get Hulu Plus. It's
I don't want to get Hulu Plus. How much does it cost? $10 a month or something like that?
8.
I'll get it for 1 month. Ah, stupid Hulu Plus.
Yeah,
I
think
wouldn't
you
use
get-
it enough.
Me
I
neither.
think you get it free. I think you get the first month free. So there you
Okay.
go.
There
So
we
you
go.
get the free, and then you get rid of it.
Am I allowed to cancel after that?
I don't know. They're not AOL, so I
Okay.
think you
Not
might stand a
AOL.
chance.
Not yet. They will be. Okay, good one. I do want to see Crank Anchors. I've heard so much about it.
Just to remind, what is the mentally challenged guy on there? What was the noise he used to always make? I can't remember. It's driving me crazy.
I never saw
You've
it.
got mail.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yay!
Thank
Doesn't
you.
he say yay?
Yeah, yeah.
That
Okay.
was Jim Florentine.
I used to love that character.
Jim.
It's my
Hilarious.
train of thought. Oh, I like the Jerky Boy, so I think I would like Crank Anchors.
Oh yeah, very
Boys.
similar. All those,
Yeah.
what is it? Prank calls are hilarious.
They are. They are.
It's just so. It's just so demented, and it's just great. and what and everything is, for anybody that doesn't know Crank Anchors, it's basically prank calls and with the comedians, and they reenact everything with puppets.
Isn't it sock puppets or no? Or it's real?
No,
No,
they're
puppets.
they're real
That's
puppets.
real puppets. Yeah.
Lalo, what do you like?
I am a man that has no sense of direction. I cannot tell you what my north is for myself or my east to my west. That's why I am very thankful.
And we stroke it. Oh, we're not singing that song.
I'm very thankful I have a GPS. Because I for my job I have to travel a lot. I have to go to different local government sites, and a GPS would just tell you the way to go 99.9% of the time. Like the other day, I was in an empty parking lot and I was lost, and I had to call for directions to see where I was. But I mean, a GPS is so helpful. How did my parents live life without a GPS? I know they had maps, but I mean, this day and age, you don't need to know how to read a map. You know, just punch it in and you're off. So
I got to tell you, man, you might not like me for this, but I resisted GPSs for the longest time because I have a really good sense of direction.
no, and most people do.
No, I don't think most people. I like to feel I'm special in this regard. I mean, there's many people, but not most.
When I first came to your the studio, 4,000 square foot, like environment here, I had to use like the GPS to force 4 times I came here. 'Cause I could not remember where the hell you lived. I'm telling you,
I believe it.
I loved GPSs, or what I had to call them gypsies.
Jeeps. All right, Frankie, what do you like?
I like everything. No. I like parkour. Has everyone heard of parkour?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you
that
said
is-
hardcore. I was
I'm like hardcore, yeah.
wow.
Let's not go there. I think it's amazing what people could do, you know, the athleticism that people show. And I think for me, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
So how are
What
some
is it?
people
Isn't it?
parkour?
It's inspired by like Spider-Man, isn't it? Practically.
Oh, is that where they jump off walls?
Jump
and,
off walls, flips, or they climb down a whole building.
Yes, I have a neighbor who does that. That freaks out my dogs because he'll jump on top of the fence and jump off the walls and everything.
Oh, really? He's just doing it like near your backyard or
Yeah.
something?
A dog does parkour.
No. No. But that would be cool. No, I have like a neighbor who's like 15, and he jumps off objects in the corner of my complex, and it drives my dogs nuts. But I'm sorry, Frank. Go ahead.
No, that was it. I mean,
You don't watch The Office, do you?
Oh, I love The Office.
This is exactly what I watched this earlier, and it is the most hilarious clip I have ever seen.
I want to
of
see
The
if we can
Office.
pull it up. On The Office, they do parkour. Is this them? No,
Yeah, that's it.
No,
Oh,
that's
no,
not
no, I'm
them.
sorry. No.
The Office parkour. Is this? I don't think. Okay, we could watch this. There's Michael Scott.
Do you have volume on that?
No, it's somebody filming it on their TV.
Okay, during this whole thing, they're like, parkour, parkour, and they're just jumping off everything. Parkour, parkour.
How awesome is that?
Damn, wish I did have volume. Anyway,
So parkour is a thing where they go from point A to point B, doing tricks and trying to slide in between objects.
yeah.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, you gotta. If you guys haven't watched The Office parkour, you should YouTube it. It's freaking amazing. Watch real parkour first, and then watch that. It's the best.
Yeah, I think at the end of that clip, there's a hilarious clip where, or a hilarious part where he's like, "I'm gonna do this," and then he's jumping off a building. He says he's gonna jump off this box and onto these crates. Well, the first box he jumps on is empty, so he falls right through the box to the bottom.
I love that show.
Yeah. I like. I watched a movie the other day, 127 Hours. I like that movie. Did you guys ever see that movie?
That
Can't say I have.
rings a bell.
Do you guys know what it's about?
Give me a storyline without
See, here's
giving
the
the
thing.
movie.
I would love somebody to watch this movie without knowing what it's about.
Okay.
So I'm not going to tell you. If you don't have any idea of the plot, don't even read what it's about. I'm just telling you, watch this movie.
Okay.
Just watch this movie because it's interesting what happens. And if you're not expecting it, it's even more interesting. I knew what was going to happen. So to me,
Okay.
it was, I could.
This is an old movie?
No, it just came out. James Franco plays in it.
Oh.
Don't read what it's about. If you read what it's about, the movie's still really good. But if you don't know what it's about, it'll be 100 million times better.
If I hate it, you owe me $9.95.
You won't hate it. I guarantee you won't hate it.
I gotta watch it.
That's what I like. All right, emails from our friends. We have Joe who writes, "Hello, Steve and Steve." And if he knew you guys were here, he would say Frankie and Lalo.
I just happen to know him, so hi, Joe.
He says, in one episode, you said you had a Mac and you were longing to get back to a PC. I can't believe I said that, but I don't think he would make that up.
Did you?
I must have. He says, I need to learn Mac OS after 35 years of PC support. Just the opposite. I want to ask you, which Mac would you recommend? Laptop, desktop, how much RAM and CPU power? Thanks, love the show. Joe from Naples, Florida. You do know him, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Joe, I highly recommend for your first Mac, go on Craigslist and look for a MacBook, not a PowerBook, because that is not very new. If it's a MacBook, they started coming out around 2006-ish. If it has an Intel chip in it, you're good. I wouldn't get anything older than having an Intel chip. Otherwise, the hardware is just too old, and you can't get a real good representation of what the Mac can do.
And I'm pretty sure Joe would want to know how much should he pay for a MacBook from 2006.
You could get them probably now for like $300 or $400 for like when they first started coming out, and then up from there. So I would say $300 or $400 and up. You're probably looking at more like $400. Get a nice white MacBook. Mess around with that thing. That was my first Mac, and I enjoyed it.
There you go, Joe.
And I'm going to save you the trouble. I do not know Joe, so you don't have to send that email saying, Frankie does not know me. I know it's going to happen.
I think Joe knows. All right. Nick says, hey, Steve, something hilarious for Nuts at Night. Just do a search for Freaky the Scary Snowman on YouTube, and you'll laugh your off. Did you guys see this?
Freaky the
No.
Scary Snowman?
I didn't either. I said I will be I'll play it on the show, and it'll be a surprise.
Oh, boy.
So I'm typing it in now. Freaky the Scary Snowman.
I immediately think this.
What?
Funny street prank with a fake moving snowman. I guess this is it. Here we go. This should have sound too. Sound is hooked up. And we have an ad we could skip in 2, 3, 2, 1 seconds.
TVs and technology you can't live without.
Hold on, there's an ad. Let's all listen to it. We deserve to hear what they have to say. I'm skipping it. Oh, here it is. The guy's threatened to punch the snowman. Freaky the Scary Snowman, episode 2.
You gotta love the reactions of people when they get scared.
It's a guy in a snowman suit, but he looks fake. And he's just scaring the hell out of people on the street.
Next to snow.
Oh my god. That just scared you. That's funny.
The guy moves so weird in the thing. She thinks it's not real dude in there.
What are you doing in there?
Oh wow.
She's brave. I think she wants to get a little action.
Child in there?
That's awesome.
That's a great right.
No, come on.
What?
Okay,
Huh?
eat, guys.
What? What? Oh, you got little shoes on? What are you, a full-grown person?
Here we go, one more. No, I expected their reactions. Their actions are very real. I expected them to be more harder core than that.
They call him the tree man. There's a guy, there's some black guy. He's homeless, and he just took two like crude tree branches, and he found somewhere or whatever, and he sawed off a tree, and he just puts him over, like he crouches down and puts him over him so he can't be really seen, and then he puts him down and goes bah like that as people walk past. Does it all day long for months and months and I think years at this point, and he's famous for it.
But he doesn't make any money from it.
He's still homeless. So like,
Good for
maybe
him.
he's not managing his money if he's making any.
He's just crazy.
That's commitment. I think that's commitment. I commend him. All right. Anybody else want to say anything before we end off the show?
No.
Nothing. You don't want to say anything. All right.
I'm disappointed that you guys like Geico commercials and women with giant sunglasses.
All right. What else, Steve? Where can people find you?
You can find me easiest on Twitter, SMD Steve, or my blog, which I'm actually updating.
Awesome. Lalo?
You can find me 2 places. One at betterpctech.com. I'm redoing, upgrading with the videos, so I'm spending long nights doing scripts and more scripts and more stuff. Also, our new podcast is thebrochachos.com. So just Google it, and you'll see me and a bunch of my friends on there, pretty much talking about the same stuff that we're talking about now. And that's tonight. It's a good time. I enjoy it. So
Yeah, it's a great show. I'm going to be on tomorrow.
yes,
So
live.
you should tune in tomorrow
at 7 o'clock Eastern.
7 o'clock. Go to thebrochachos.com.
Thank you.
Frankie, thanks for coming on the show, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, this is great.
Well,
I love you guys. I want a group hug. I think that's how we should end every show. Group hug.
This is the last time Frank will be on.
I was just about to say you should come back on again.
Oh man, I always do that, don't I?
It's always the hug. No, man, I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. I guest on. I'm a guest on the Berchachos pretty often here lately. But you could always find me in the chat room. Chat room's great over there.
He is my master moderator. So
Don't mess with the chat room or you have to mess with Frankie.
exactly.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in live, watching, listening, and streaming. Everybody who's not live, thank you as well. That's going to be it for Nuts at Night for tonight. See you next time.